And that's us, we're just locking up and heading off. Now, we've not been away in the wee brown van for ages and ages. We've been so busy at home, but we're finally getting away. We can remember who we all are. So, right, let me get in the van. Right, if you're new to the channel, I'm Mike, this is my wife Trish.
Hi.
And here's our cute little doggy Kira. Here she is.
Hey, Kira.
And if you have seen us before, you're probably wondering where we've been. Well, we've kind of been wrapped up in doing quite a lot of work at home, on the home front, a lot of DIY, a lot of clearing out. We'll tell you a bit about that when we get to where we're going. Where are we going?
Don't know, heading north?
Aye. We haven't quite decided. To be honest, we've just decided to jump in the van and go. So we're going north, possibly up the east coast of Scotland. We're going to head that way and see where we end up. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Right, come on, let's go. We just stopped into Sainsbury's to get some fuel. £1.97 for diesel. Can you believe that? £1.97. So for half a tank it's cost us £77. So for a full tank we're looking at over 150 quid now for a full tank of diesel in this van. It's just unbelievable. It was certainly under 100 quid when we got this van. I don't know. Maybe we'll just have to go 10 miles or so. What do you think? 10-mile journey?
Well, that's too far.
Aye.
How much will that cost us?
Oh, a fortune. We head on to the M8 and it's chucking it down. By the time we get to the Queensferry crossing over the River Forth, the rain's not quite so heavy and the clouds still look like they've got a bit more in store for us. But then we get to Dunkeld and it's a lot better, and we're heading for a parking spot just over the bridge. That's us got the day ticket for this car park. £4.80 it's costing us. But we reckon that we're going to be able to stay overnight here. It should get a little bit quieter later on. Really busy when we came into this car park. Cars everywhere, and I thought,
so for £4.80, getting it just now, that's us got a 24-hour ticket, so that's to 12:15 tomorrow.
right. Oh, excellent.
So that's really good.
Excellent.
There's no signs say you can't park overnight, so maybe later on when it's a bit quieter we can move to a different spot, but this is quite a nice spot. The van's nice and in the shade.
Yep.
So the sun, I would imagine, will move that way, so I think we'll be alright.
I think we'll be fine. Lunchtime.
Yay!
We had a quick walk up the high street here in Dunkeld. Lovely little place, and we came into a little bakery called Livy's. So being from Livingston, Livy, you know, felt right at home, didn't we? We thought we'll have to go in there.
Is that why you wanted to go there?
Aye, yeah.
Nothing to do with sausage rolls and mac and cheese.
I've got a pork and apple sausage roll.
I've got mac and cheese pie.
Yeah, we're going to tuck into this. Then we'll maybe give Kira some ball play, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, Kira gets her ball play, and then we head back into the town.
Hi, let's go.
Let's take a look at our weather forecast today.
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, but I get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking...
We're below the bridge over the River Tay. The enclosures in the bridge were used as a prison at some point during the bridge's history. The bridge was designed by Thomas Telford and was opened in 1809. The Gothic design consists of 7 masonry arches, which become wider in the middle. That was typical for Telford designs. We're heading for Burnam Wood on the other side of the bridge to see a very famous old tree. The walk to the Birnam Oak starts just under the bridge, and it's a good spot to top up Ciara's water bottle.
Is this it?
No, that's not it. That's not the Birnam Oak.
You sure?
Don't think it's big enough. I know it's a big beastie, but I think the Birnam Oak is bigger. It's down this way, I think. We thought that we had found the Burnam Oak, but we've not. Whoever it is, it's bloomin' big, I'll tell you. Have a look at this. I see you've managed to find a little sapling then.
Yeah, this is just a bairn compared to the Burnam Oak.
And it's not even an oak, is it?
No, this is a sycamore.
It's a sycamore.
Yeah. It's huge though.
It is.
That's huge.
It's absolutely gigantic. Wow. Just look at that. All the way up to the canopy. This tree is known as the Burnam sycamore, and the large buttress roots and the girth of its trunk measures 8 metres around. That's 25 feet. And that kind of suggests that this tree is of a similar age to the Burnam Oak, but it's not. It's only 300 years old.
I think the Burnam Oak is supposed to be 600.
Just next door. His famous neighbour is the Burnam Oak. Now this has a girth of 7 metres, which is about 24 feet, and it's thought to be 500 to 600 years old. So let's have a look at this old boy. Don't think it's quite as big as the sycamore, is it?
No.
Girth wise. It's older, yeah. I like the bark, it's all gnarled and textured, isn't it?
Yeah. And look. A witch's face.
A witch's face. Alright, I think you might have a story to tell me about that.
Yes, I do.
Look at that. Wow. That's a grand old boy, isn't he? Look at this branch. This branch goes right across this pathway over here. And for a moment there I thought this was part of the tree, but it's a prop. It's being propped up here just to protect it. And it should be protected. Grand old tree like that. Definitely should. A lot of this tree is actually hollow. It's going to be too dark for me to film, but it goes way in, and apparently it goes up about 10 metres once you're inside. Ooh. It's dark, alright. Probably lots of spiders and things.
So in the tragic play of Macbeth, the great Scottish play, the witches told Macbeth that he would be safe at Dunsinane Castle until Birnam Wood reached to it. However, he thought he was safe, but the enemy, sneaky enemy, took some of the branches and lifted the trees and sneaked up to the castle and overpowered him. You may remember the famous lines that the witches said in Macbeth: double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble, fill it of a fenny snake, into the cauldron, boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork and blind worm's setting, lizard's leg and howler's wing. And so it goes on. Ciara, can I borrow your tongue for a spell?
You can't beat a bit of culture. And after that tale, we head back to the van for a bit of a chat.
How does it feel getting away in the van again?
It feels really good. I must say, it feels... It's been a long time coming. You know what I mean? We've been working so hard at home that I kind of almost forgot what it was like to be away in the van. It all feels very new again, because really the last vlog that we did away together was way back in January, Since then I've had a short one doing the West Highland Way, which was a little bit of a disaster, but apart from that, we've not been away, we've just been really, really busy at the house, because obviously, as you know, we've decided to move into your mum and dad's house. Your dad passed away in December, and so we are going to be moving into his house, and that's what we've been doing. That's why we've not been out on the road doing so many vlogs. It's quite simply because we've been working hard on the house, haven't we?
Yeah. What kind of things have we been doing though?
Well, I mean, the big thing was the trees. We wouldn't be moving into the house if we weren't able to move the trees. We had these giant trees just over the fence around the back. They were over 20 metres tall, poplar hybrids that they were. And the problem that we had with these was the roots from these trees were actually lifting up all the paving slabs in the garden. The roots had reached the house, and you know, something had to be done about it. So we called in the professionals, didn't we? And
Yeah.
we just got the guys out to take the trees down, and you know, we sat there, as you know, with a glass of wine and watched the trees coming down, which was quite good. Quite enjoyed that. I was glad to see the back of the trees. But I mean, the clearing out as well. There's been a heck of amount of clearing out. I think we've filled 3 skips from the garden, the house, and the workshop. I mean, the workshop was probably the biggest thing for me anyway, because as you know, your dad was a wood turner, so he had lots and lots of machinery and saws, drills, and everything in that workshop, and it was absolutely full to the gunnels. He had things hanging up everywhere. It's just the way he was, it's the way he worked. He never really tidied up much. So to me, that's been a big difference, you know, getting the workshop into order. And so now it's all our rubbish instead of your dad's rubbish, but at least it's organised. We seem to have managed to organise it a little bit. So you know, we've done that at least.
Yeah, and we got in new windows and doors.
We did, yeah. I'm pleased with them because we had to chip in as well, didn't we? We painted around the eaves.
Yeah.
We both mucked into that and went for the grey, got the ladders out and just got stuck in.
Yeah. And what else? What have we done inside?
Inside, well, it's mostly been decorating, I think, inside, hasn't it? Painting and decorating. I mean, that alone has been a big job. I think that you probably had the worst job to do because you did most of the woodwork. And, you know, the woodwork, how many coats did you do on that?
5 coats of paint on the woodwork.
5 coats?
And I got fed up. Probably could have done me another one, but I got fed up.
I'm no surprised you got fed up. I mean, you know, I'd helped out initially and my back was playing up with the bending down. It was really, really hard work. I did most of the rolling on the ceilings and on the walls. So I started off with the roller on the ceilings, and then I quickly found out after that you're a lot better using a pole. It's a lot easier. And
it was much easier when we got rid of the Artex to paint the ceilings.
Oh, man, the Artex, yeah. I mean, Artex was all the rage, wasn't it, back in the 80s and 90s when that house was built? Everybody had Artex, so that's away, and it made a lot easier for us to do the painting as well, didn't it?
Yeah, and then getting a new bathroom and ensuite.
Well, that's made a big difference.
Has been
actually.
fantastic.
Of course, that wasn't us, I hasten to add. Again, we just got people in to do that. We could have done that ourselves, but it would have taken us a month of Sundays. So, yeah, we're seeing a big change there. It means we've had the bathrooms done, we've had the bedrooms done, and it felt like a bit of a milestone to me when we got the carpets in, don't you think?
Well, I felt that when we painted around the mirrored wardrobes, because they were gold, and changing it to the silver had quite a big impact on the room.
It did actually, it did, because other things in the house were silver, weren't they? And so it made sense to get rid of the gold framing on the mirrors and get these painted. And I think it went well with the lights that you fitted.
Yeah, changing the rose fittings to chrome.
Yeah, the fitting in the main bedroom looks really good now, I think. It's like a little mini chandelier kind of thing, isn't it?
Very girly.
So it's good. I mean, we are ready to move a few things in now.
Yeah.
You know, that'll be the next step.
But getting the carpets in, as you said, it felt like that was smack your hands and say, that's done.
It did.
Let's get away.
Yeah,
Get a
I
break.
know. After we got that done, the carpets in, we just felt, you know what? We've worked really, really hard. Let's just get away. People will be thinking, you know, what's happened to Wee Brown Van? Is the channel folded? Is it collapsed? Are they not doing any videos? Well, no, we will be. But, you know, we're not full-time vloggers, as you know. We're not full-time van lifers. We do videos when we go away on holiday. We've not been going away on holiday, so there's not been any videos. Simple as that. But it's great to be away, to have this little break. The next stage, though, for us is going to be another big one, isn't it? Because we are going to get a small extension done on the back of the house. We've selected the builders, we think, and we are hoping to be in for Christmas.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, Kira. So as that progresses, we can maybe show a few clips of that. It means, though, that we are going to be busy and we'll not be churning out a huge amount of vlogs this year, as we've said before, just as and when we manage to get away. So now you know why we've not been on your screen a lot this year. Just been so busy. Anyway, time for Kira's last walk for the night, and then that'll be us too. Time to hit the hay. It's the next morning, and it's a beautiful day here in Dunkeld.
Time to move on.
Yeah, move on. It was a nice couple that we met there as well, wasn't
Yes,
it?
was. Jim and Sandra. It was lovely to meet
Yeah,
them.
it was. Gave him a wee wave as we left. We've come to Aberfeldy, and just through the town we reach the spot that we found online last night. The parking area looks small. There's only one motorhome here, but all the same we decide to keep going because it did look bigger on Park for Night, and we think there's a larger area further on. Think this'll do us?
Yep.
A nice wee area. Couple of vans in here already. Look at that one. It's funky, isn't it? An old V-dub. There it is.
So she gets to know them.
Hello! Hello! What's all this about? What's all this about? Eh? Hello! Oh, hello! Hello! I think Kira was wondering what all the fuss was about. There's a walk here dedicated to Scotland's national poet, Robert Burns. The Birks of Aberfeldy is a song lyric written for a pre-existing melody in 1787 by Burns. He was inspired to write it by the Falls of Mowness and the Birks, that is, the birch trees of Aberfeldy, during a tour of the Scottish Highlands with his friend William Nicol. We're in no rush to get to the falls, and there's lots of interesting things to see along the way, including the birks that Burns wrote about. Trish has found something rather intriguing on this tree.
The scream.
So that one's now called the Screaming Tree. She's always naming trees, so she is. We're doing the walk in an anti-clockwise direction. We continue up the trail, taking 5 for a rest, just to admire the views before reaching the upper falls of Mowness. Here we have the very best view, and even in this hot and dry summer, the falls are still very impressive, falling 380 metres in 3 tiers. It's time to head back, and on the way we pass the donut tree. And this is said to be the spot where Burns was inspired to write the Birks of Aberfeldy. That's us, we're back at the van. Definitely worth a walk all the way up to the top. Really quite spectacular, the falls. We're really glad we took our time. It took us probably about 2.5 hours. Some people have been saying it can take you 40 minutes, but we took our time, we really enjoyed it. Then on the way back down, Trish was having a bit of problems with her knee, so she was walking backwards for a while. I think some people wondered what was going on, but she was getting some relief from that just by going down backwards and taking her time slowly. It was just a little bit less painful for her on her knee. And that way takes you back down to the lower falls. Now, the lower falls, they're not as impressive as the upper falls, but they're still definitely worth going to see. And when you get near the bottom, there's a statue there of Rabbie Burns. I think he's seen better days. I don't think Rabbie would approve. It looks like he's made of fiberglass or something like that. And he's got a big hole in his cheek. He definitely wouldn't have approved. Anyway, we're going to have some soup now that we're back at the van. And then after that, we'll maybe have a wee walk into Aberfeldy. And that's exactly what we do. It's just a short walk into town to pick up some supplies and have a good old look around. The cinema here is called the Birks. Well, it would be, wouldn't it? They're showing Minions, The Rise of Gru. For a quick refreshment in the Schiehallion. I was ready for this beer. And I'm not normally one for gin, but Trish gives me a taste of this raspberry one. And actually, I could get used to this. We're back at the van and it's time to get Maggie up on the chucks. Or chalks, or ramps, or whatever you want to call them. We normally call them chucks. Kira's coming over to supervise, just to make sure that we get the van absolutely level. I think she approves. That's us, we've up-chucked. So we're level. That'll do us for tonight. We should get a good night's sleep. We're off again tomorrow morning, not sure where. We'll work that out in the morning. It's the next morning and it's just so peaceful waking up in the woods. We had a great night's sleep last night. I think because we used the extra mattress, the one that we keep up in the pop top, we brought that down so it was extra cosy. But I have picked up a few midgie bites, probably on the walk yesterday. We forgot the smidge, so I'm having to use this after bite. Yeah, it does the job actually. It just helps to take that sting off these bites. We're going to have a coffee now and then we're going to head off. I think the plan today is to head into Crieff, so that should be good. Ready to go, Kira? I think that's a yes. We've enjoyed staying here at the Birks of Aberfeldy. Being under the trees means we've had plenty of shade. We were tempted to stay another night, but we decided to move on. Yeah, there's a few potholes on this road, isn't there?
Yeah.
Good stopover though.
Fabulous stopover.
Yeah. This is a busy little place. Let's see if we can find a spot. We've parked at Macrosty Park, and little do we know that it's going to get a heck of a lot busier here. We decide to wander into Crieff while searching for a dog-friendly cafe called Caf Rhubarb. We've been there before, and Kira's puppy photo was on the wall. We're wondering if it's still there. Eventually we find Caf Rhubarb, but it's closed, so plan B, the Crieff Food Company. However, the place is wall-to-wall with cyclists from Livingston. I have a quick look around in case I can spot Donald from Lost in Livy, but no, I think he's away doing his campervan bike ride series at the Crinan Canal. I've put a link to his channel in the description, it's well worth a watch. Finally, the glass onion comes to our rescue. By now, we're really hungry and we devour our lunch in no time. Then on the way back, we can't resist popping in for some sweets. What do you think I went for?
So we've just had a wee walk around Crieff. It was really nice. We didn't realise that there was a kids' gala on today, so we're going to have a wee look around that now and see what's there. Anybody that can play an instrument, I'm well impressed.
Yeah. Well, we had a good look around the gala. Lots to do and see in there. We had a bit of fun, didn't we?
We did, it was really good seeing everything, all the stalls, etc.
And you managed to pick up a bowl. We
I did.
decided to buy this.
I love it, I love birds, I just think they're very tactile.
They are. It'll go well in the new house. And remember the sweetie shop? Well, what do you think I picked? My favourite, strawberry bonbons. Look at these. Remember strawberry bonbons? Well, they're not quite how I remember them. They're not powdery. Remember, they used to be all powdery and lovely and yummy.
They were a lot bigger.
They were. Now they're just soft and chewy. You want one?
Not at the moment, thanks.
Oh well. We're going to head home now because the gala day is going to be ongoing for some time. So we've decided we're just going to get home and we've got a bit more decorating to be getting on with. But hopefully we'll be out and about in the van again soon.
Yep.
We'll see you on that one. Ta-da!
Bye!